Up next on Shark Tank, we have a 27-year-old youth pastor from Iowa who's here to gain not only respect, but a possible raise. He will be making his pitch to not only his lead pastor, but the church secretary and a parent of one of his students.
You got this. It's the wrong room. Thanks. Okay. Hey Sharks, my name is Malachi Reynolds, and I'm here to ask all of you for a 10% raise and an 80% increase in overall respect. Being a youth pastor is tough. Not only do we teach, raise thousands of dollars annually, and organize countless events, but we also hold a huge responsibility in molding the younger generation into confident and mature Christians. All of this is a lot of work, and I believe it would be a great opportunity to show your gratitude by bumping up my pay and finally seeing me as a real pastor. So what do you say, Sharks? Who's ready to dive in?
Ooh, mercy. I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't listening to one word you just said. He's asking for a raise.
And respect.
Yeah, okay. That was phenomenal. You knocked it out of the park. But you do know you were 15 minutes late today, right?
Yes, sorry. I was actually fixing a hole in the wall, so.
What hole?
Nothing. So, do we have any questions?
Yeah, I have a few concerns. First off, why do you think you deserve more money?
Great question, Shark.
It's pastoring.
I believe that having a bachelor's degree and with a family, I have proven with my work that a $15,000 salary for a full-time position may be a little lower than what I needed. I've also had a lot of troubled kids who need a lot of help.
Wait a minute, did you just call my kid troubled?
Oh, no, I wasn't talking about your son. I think he's very smart for his age.
For his age? Oh, so he's dumb for any other age. Where do you get off?
No, you're reading me all wrong.
Oh, so now I can't read. Malachi, come on, buddy. I told you there was something off about him.
Okay, I apologize. But to get back on track, what do we think about the pay increase?
Where do you see us getting all that extra money from you so we can get you that raise that you think you deserve?
If we didn't have room in our account, I was thinking we could take some funds from the youth ministry budget.
What youth ministry budget? We have a youth ministry budget? I have a question.
Go ahead.
Why is it that my kid spends all this time at church, yet comes home and still misbehaves? Riddle me that, Mr. Sandals.
All right, well, teenagers will always act up, but it's always important to remember that the biggest source of influence comes from the parents.
I disagree.
Okay.
Now, I'm fine if we can, for the pay raise, if we could find the money, but there's this whole respect thing. What's that about?
Well, there's a certain stigma around youth pastors that just because we teach kids, play silly games, and sometimes make incredibly embarrassing mistakes during our sermons, that we aren't real pastors.
Are you, though?
Sure I am. Are you? Yes.
Are you?
Yes?
Fine, all right, but you're gonna have to meet us halfway because you're gonna have to step it up a little bit.
Excellent. In what way?
Ooh, I don't know, right off the top of my head, maybe not writing your lessons 5 minutes before youth group?
That's fair.
And just because you can fit 23 people inside a 15-passenger van doesn't mean you should. Because safety. Lawsuits.
Duly noted. So do we have a deal?
Well, since you started babysitting my kids,
Not a babysitter.
I haven't noticed an enormous transformation in them. And honestly, I just don't like you.
Ouch.
And for that reason, I'm out. Get 'em, Sharks. All right, Mal, I'm gonna give you that pay raise, all right? I'm gonna boost up your respect by giving you 2 more preaching Sundays this year on one condition. You take full charge of VBS next week while I'm on sabbatical in Miami. Deal?
I don't think...
Excellent. Pleasure doing business with you.
Hey Sharks, I'm Carl. So there's countless work to be done around the church. Stacking, unstacking chairs, plumbing, yard work, and countless other things. But what's the problem? We don't have enough people to help. So that's why I'm here to introduce my product, Let the Youth Do It.
We're in.
And $1 million.
We can swing that. We could push that Costa Rica trip a few years. This takes priority. I like you. You're a funny one, aren't you?
People have said that.
I like him too.
Cool. All right. That was easy.
He's cute.
like that idea. 10% raise, 80% more respect. I think we should implement that as well here. So, well, welcome to Coronacation Congregation. We are glad you are here. It is week number 10 or so. We'll just go with that. We're going to keep doing this as long as we need to, but we're glad you're here today. Happy Memorial Day weekend. Hopefully you're getting to celebrate with some close friends and family and continuing to social distance somewhat and all that good stuff. Well, we're going to get started. We're going to dive right in. This week, we're going to start off with a segment. To be fair to both my kids, they both got a chance to interview Mommy last week. And so we saw Zach's last week. And so this week, we're going to see Zoe's kid interview. So let's take a look at that.
Welcome to Kid and Youth. I'm Zoe Floyd. This is Mommy Floyd.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you fixing me? Thank you. Do you have some questions?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What's your favorite food?
My favorite food is gumbo.
What's your favorite plant?
My favorite plant? I don't know. What's your favorite plant?
Gumbo.
Gumbo? Is gumbo a plant?
Uh-huh.
Sounds pretty good. Do you have any other questions?
Where are you going on vacation when the corona's over?
You know what? I might go on vacation anywhere. Where do you want to go?
Mickey's boat.
Mickey's boat. Going on a cruise. Sometime eventually.
What's your favorite color?
Purple. Do you have a favorite color? Do you like purple?
Pink and purple rainbow.
Pink and purple rainbow. That's a good combination. All right, any other questions?
No.
Nope.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Zoe and Mommy Floyd, for that interview. We appreciate your time, and so we're going to keep on moving this week from one kid to the next. Normally would be our Words with Nelly segment, but someone did not send their video in this week. But my kids have Nelson's back, so this week's Words with Nelly.
Hungry, tungry, dungry, mungry, I, tie, my, die, lie, high, guy, mama, 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 mommy, 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 mama, 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 my mama, my mama.
I'll have to say, I don't think there was any drop-off whatsoever there. I think Zach held down the position of Words with Nelly and probably did a better job. So thank you, Zach, for that. But Nelson did send in a video a couple weeks ago. We've been holding on to it. So we're going to go into that now. So it is time for our quarantine kitchen.
All right, today, guys, we are making a quarantine smoothie to help boost that immune system. All right, here we are adding some spinach, to give it some good antibodies. And just a little more spinach, to help us out. Just stuff it in there, push it down. Yep, good stuff. And you know what Grandma Andrew says, more spinach never hurt nobody. So more spinach. So now we're going to add some carrots so you can see at night. If you plan on, sneaking out during this quarantine, which you should not do. Now it's time to add some fruit for flavor. All right, here this one piece will do. Boop. It is blended time, so let's get this blending. I like to do it for, however minutes. Oh, yep, 8 seconds. 8 seconds is my perfect blending time. And that's my quarantine smoothie. That was just so good.
thank you, Nelson, for that Quarantine Kitchen video. I have a feeling that John Carter helped you with some Photoshop there, because I don't think you could have done that, but I know who can. So thank you, John Carter, for your help in there as well. And so I'm hearing our next segment is weather updates, and I'm hearing out from the backyard, Andrew. Yes, what? Oh, okay. And apparently, Andrew is refusing to get sprayed by a water hose again this week, so we're going to cancel our weather updates and not go to that. So we'll just move on to the next segment of That's in the Bible. Welcome to That's in the Bible. Today we're going to be reading from Numbers chapter 16. And so I'm going to start in verse 28 here. Then Moses said, "This is how you will know that the Lord sent me to do all these things, and that it was not of my own will. If these men die naturally, as all people would, and suffer the fate of all, then the Lord has not sent me. But if the Lord brings about something unprecedented," that word's been used a lot recently in our day and time. Here's something that's actually unprecedented. "And the ground opens its mouth and swallows them with all that they belong, so they will go down alive into Sheol. Then you will know that these men have despised the Lord." Just as he finished speaking all these words, the ground beneath them split open. The earth opened its mouth and swallowed them and their households, all of Korah's people and all of their possessions. They went down alive into Sheol with all that belonged to them. The earth closed over them, and they vanished from the assembly. At their cries, all the people of Israel around them fled, because they thought, "The earth may swallow us too." Fire also came out from the Lord and consumed the 250 men who were presenting the incense. That's unprecedented. You never know what's going to be left for the year 2020. It may just be unprecedented. Watch out for the earth swallowing up, fire coming down. That's in the Bible? There's a lot of weird stuff in the Bible, and that's in the Bible. So hopefully that's not what we have in store for 2020. But there are some truths that we can know there from the Bible that are good news for us. And so 1 Timothy 2, 5-6 is one of those truths that is a good promise for us. And so we've got a short video we want to watch right now. Read it as the words come across your screen, reflect on it, and just think about these words. So take a few moments and pause with us as we reflect on some things the Bible has for us that we can grow, promises we can take hold of. So enjoy this video for a few moments. I'm thankful for those promises that we do have. And so as we continue on in our Coronacation Congregation time today, there are two new segments we're going to introduce that students have come up with, kind of the ideas over time. Nobody's sent any pictures in yet, but I trust we will. So I want you to know about them so you can be sending in pictures this week so we can include them in weeks to come as well. Our first new segment is going to be called Way Back When. You've seen the intro there. So way back when, we want to see some pictures of you when you were a child, and then we want you to recreate those pictures now, today. So if it's a group picture, see if you can recreate that group. If it's you doing something silly as a child, let's see you do something silly as a teenager. So we're looking forward to seeing that way back when. We'd love to see those pictures as well. The second segment we're going to introduce as well is going to be called Mask Mania. So take a look at this intro. Mask Mania, we want to see your creative mask. We would love to see the mask you create. It can be real, it can be silly, it can be mask you would use or maybe mask you wouldn't use, but with all the masks that are going to be coming out over the next couple of weeks and months, we want to see what your masks look like. So create some masks, send them in the pictures, and we'll see if we'll give them some prizes, if we can get some really good mask pictures in there. So what's that? Oh, coming in. I heard we were not done with the Words with Nelly segment, so we're going to go back to that and see how my kids have continued to help Nelson out on this one. So, Words with Nelly.
Water horse, Elsa, Anna, the Earth Giants, Olaf, then Kristoff. The dark sea, the water spirit, the fire spirit, the wind spirit. Bye.
Well, thank you, Zoe, for those words. I know exactly where they came from, and I think you probably did the best job of all. I don't know if you surpassed Zach, but you definitely surpassed Nelson. So thank you for those Words with Nelly segment. Well, we've got one more segment here as we come to a close on Coronacation Congregation. It is one of your favorite segments, I know. It is one of mine because I get to share my quarantine thoughts. This is my quarantine thoughts. The sinking of the Titanic was a travesty. Unless you were one of the lobsters that was on board in the kitchen, then it was a freedom-giving miracle. You know what they called the person who would proofread Hitler's speeches? A grammar Nazi. If you believe the earth is flat, do you believe that the sun and moon are flat too? What does water smell like? A cold seat in a public restroom is unpleasant, but a warm seat in a public restroom is worse. The word bed actually looks like a bed. Wrong is the only word spelled wrong in the dictionary. Sharks get an entire week, Shark Week. Mothers only get a day, Mother's Day. That doesn't seem fair. Your stomach thinks all potatoes are mashed potatoes. I before E, except when you run into a feisty heist on a weird beige foreign neighbor. These have been my quarantine thoughts. Well, those are definitely some thoughts. I'm glad you've joined us for Coronacation Congregation. A few announcements as we finish up our time today. This week we are watching the week 2 Bible study of Difference with Jonathan Evans. We'd love for you to watch that video from Right Now Media sometime this week. We will meet on Wednesday for Zoom Bible studies. Middle school at 6:30, high school at 8 o'clock. The links for those are in the parent email we go send out every single week. We would love for you to join us, watch those videos, and discuss them this week. A really great Bible study, really great time we have on Wednesday nights. Love for you to be a part of that. Also, if you're watching this video right now as it premieres live, we would love for you to hang out right after this. There's a link in the description for the video. Find it and click. We're going to hang out for just a little bit, just spend time talking, hanging out, seeing some other faces. Great time. We'd love for you to do that if you're watching this live. So we are glad you're here with us today. We're glad you've joined us, and we're looking forward to seeing you this week through our Zoom Bible studies and other platforms. But remember, as this time comes to a close, masks are not only for superheroes and bank robbers now they are normally acceptable, and we want to see those. So send in pictures this week. We'd love to see them. Have a great week. Stay safe out there. Remember, wash your hands.